Here's the first thing I'm going to tell you since the last video, number 8, to show you how this game is different, to show you how this game does not traditionally tell you how things are done, to show you how the NPCs in this game actually have their own personalities, and you have to sift through those personalities to fully understand what to do. First, this woman here. I need to feed this woman color for the story to progress. But
from your heart.
This woman right here, she told me not to do it. Let's listen to this brother talk.
Whoever you are, you acted recklessly and vainly. You wasted precious color. You ruined the Nameless Sister's chambers. But worst of all,
Jeez.
You almost woke the murderer that lives inside her. You must fix this criminal mistake. Rip her heart out and make her as she was before. You have one cycle to do this. Just one, do you hear? Then lie still in the void and humbly wait for us to decide your fate. Because right now, we don't like you one bit.
This is what's so interesting about what he just barely said here. Okay, he's telling me to go to this sister and rip her heart out. Okay, that is my job right now. Now, I know there's some gamers in there that would have no problem doing that. But, again, this sister has been the one that's been helping me this whole time. It cannot be that easy. Yet, this is what I need to do. Again, a decision that seems contradictory. I got this sister helping me, now I have some guy tell me to rip her heart out. Contradictory messages that I have to somehow sift through to figure out what I really should do. Now watch as I talk to this lady.
I'm sorry. I was wrong.
She's wrong.
I didn't know. I will tear out the heart you opened in me. Take it, so they won't dare to touch you. You must act differently and be twice as careful. Don't anger them, and don't offer me any more color. I won't be able to refuse it, and will have to allow you to pass. But you should not go any farther. I know the hearts and colors are there, and your Ola is dying there. But don't. It's better you live than Ola. Go, and be a good apprentice.
This is so interesting, and I'm going to tell you why. She just barely admitted to being wrong. Meaning before, all these things she was telling me to do, I actually shouldn't have done them. But I had to do them for the story in this game to progress. But now, I have to redo or undo some of the stuff I've done, like opening some of her hearts. I opened 2 of her hearts, as you can see right here. These can be considered hearts. I opened 2 of them. I have to rip one of them out now. And then she told me afterwards to not open any more hearts in other sisters, meaning not do what I just did to her. But in order for me to progress in this web of sacks that you go into and you can explore, in order for me to progress to my Ole, which is what I don't know what that is yet, Ole, I have to feed these sisters color, but they're telling me not to. So all this conflictive thing. If I don't feed them color, then I will make the brothers happy. I will follow that path. If I feed them color, I'll make the brothers pissed off, but then I'll get to my Ole, and I'm assuming my Ole is maybe the body that I came from. Who knows? But see, there's always all these conflicting decisions that I have to make, and you don't find that in a typical popular game where it just holds your hand and walks you through the whole thing. It's very interesting. It's a very unique process that the brain has to go through to learn how to properly function in such a conflictive environment.
Young one, I'm not even sure I can call you that. Your appearance here has caused a rift in our brotherhood. Many brothers don't trust you. They feel you're a threat to us. A threat of death to the sleeper. Can't you see he's very sick, young one? A strange powerlessness plagues him. He's dying of apathy. So they demand you be thrown down into the nightmare. But there were brothers who took your side and stood up for you. They proposed
it looks like out
to
of
be
a
tested.
Guy Gone.
The Manted, the Elder One, listened to both sides and decided to give you a chance. You will be given 3 trials, and this is the first. Prove that you know how to manipulate color. Color is evaporating at this very moment from the walls of 2 mines, Pharynx and Bastion. Preserve it. It won't be easy, but I'll give you a glyph. You must do the rest.
Pharynx is right here. Bastion, I have no idea where that is.
You're
But I
almost
know
depleted.
I can only get to
You're
Bastion
dying.
if I feed the other sisters. So conflict here.
Even if you expose a deposit, color won't flow out by itself. You have to lure it out.
See that? She just called me my love. I wonder if that was because she actually feels something for me. Like maybe this mistake she made caused her to feel exposed, and because I acted like such a gentleman, she's like, oh my god, that might be love. I like to say right now that comment I just barely made caused my wifey to turn around and say, that bitch better not fucking do anything to you. If I see you kiss her, you're fucking dead. I just really made my wifey jealous of a computerized image. That's amazing.
There's another one over there. Stop. That's enough.
Because of this.
Something is wrong. They asked you to collect color, but you're doing the opposite. You need to gather it from the open wounds before it disappears. But I don't know how. Maybe one of the elder sisters knows.
See? She's helping me now. So even though she's telling me to stop doing something, she's still telling me to do certain other things. And I have to do some of these things, but then some of the things I don't have to do. This one, I'm assuming I have to do, and I'm going to do. But I'm really curious why she's helping me, even though she just realized she shouldn't have. Like, she was wrong about so many things she told me. I'm really curious about that. I'm wondering if the story explores that.
It sickens me the way the brutal brothers are humiliating you. They should have just killed you instead of being such righteous hypocrites. Do you really think you're taking a test to join their brotherhood? The trials you'll be given are impossible. I know what they asked you to do, and I will help, but this is the last time. This heart will allow you to collect color that is trapped in rock.
Just as the lady said. I can already tell you how I'm going to approach this NPC. Since she already appears so cynical, I am not going to take what she says so serious. I'm going to be very careful with how she talks and how I take what she says. Because of her cynicism, it's just, I don't want to deal with it. Now please try to ignore the wonderful tits that you see here, because this woman does have something to say.
Well, what a surprise.
It looks as if our luck has changed. We certainly won't let you go. What do you want? But of course, you don't care about anything, do you? Ah, you're mute. I guessed right then. Well, for now, just obey me. That's how things should be anyway. To begin, feed me, new brother. Don't be afraid. It's okay. The taboos are no longer in force. The void ceased to live because it lost its soul. Everyone's been losing their soul lately. Have you noticed? Maybe there's no use for a soul anymore. We'll be lucky to last 12 hours if you don't find some color, until the sleeper meets absolute death. Let's live our hours to the fullest, and waste not one moment, Golden Eyes. Come, quench my thirst. I love amber and violet.
So, right here we have a couple of contradictions to what other NPCs have told me to do. First, she's explicitly telling me to feed her color, while the other two women told me not to, from what I assume out of fear of the brothers. But she, on the other hand, tells me to, and I think that is a demonstration of her personality. See, she's cynical in some respects, similar to her sister Uta, the woman that gave me the heart. But then she's more driven by her heart, while Uta seems to be driven by her mind. So this woman not only realizes that souls are dying, and that could be the reason why there's this general vibe of cynicism among all these sisters, but this woman on the other hand is more passionate, and so she's welcoming the end of days as a real person in her shoes, with like, let anything goes, we're all gonna die anyways, let's just live it passionately, let's keep it full of sex and fun and partying and all that, and that's what she seems to be doing. So there you can see a difference in personalities, in the way they even communicate to me. And another thing that we see is one of the elders, if you remember the guy with the giant pole jam through his chest, he told me that my first quest, if you remember, is to rip the color from the mines from the walls of two mines. One of them I already did, the pharynx, but the other one, the bastion, I don't have access to right now, and I can't have access to until I feed this chick right here with color, violet and amber color. Because once I open up one of her hearts here, then she will allow me access to the bastion. But then feeding her goes against the wills of the brothers. It's taboo. That's why she's trying to convince me it's okay not to do it, because it's not taboo. But just barely the brothers came into the void and they just barely said, these are the commandments, this is what's all taboo. And feeding these sisters color is one of them. So I have to break one of the brothers' commandments in order to pass the task, which then goes in line with what the Uta sister said, where she's like, I can't believe you're being manipulated. It sickens me that these brothers are manipulating you, because the task that they have given you is impossible, which I'm now realizing it is. But, well, it's impossible to actually make the brothers happy. It's not impossible to do, but I have to break the laws to do it, which will then make the brothers hate me. So they're basically toying with me, they're playing with me, and she just communicated that to me. So it's interesting that I'm noticing all this, and this kind of helps me prepare for the future, because I am going to eventually feed this chick all this color because I have to. But then I know that after I do so, the brothers are going to be even more angry. See, this is the intricate communicative means this game is taking to ensure that I play the game correctly. But it doesn't just say it. I have to figure it out. I have to think. And that is a beautiful thing. Thinking is beautiful. And another thing I really like is each color, when you use it, it has a unique sound or song that plays while you're doing it. Did you hear that one? Now look at here's the yellow one. See? Completely unique sound. Another thing that I find interesting is she is the only sister I've met with an accent that's not similar to the other sisters. But I want to say an American accent. And fittingly enough, this is the sister that's absorbed with passion, breaking the rules, doing it her way. I wonder if it's on purpose.